Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to One on One with Mike, and next year that will be One on One with Dr. Mike. But right now it's One on One with Mike, and I am super excited because I get to have one of my favorite people from G Status ATL Hustle on the show with me today, Mr. Ike.
Yes, sir.
How are you, sir?
How are you? It's Mike and Ike today.
Mike
love
and
it.
Ike. I love it. So good to have you.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be here.
You are so handsome.
Thank you.
Likewise. And you look better in person than when you look good on screen.
Thank you.
Some of your scenes were a little.
Yeah, I didn't look my best one.
But overall, it was cool.
Thank you.
So thank you for coming.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Okay, so you're still pretty much new to Atlanta, correct?
I'm almost 6 years in.
Oh, so you've been here long as I have.
It's
been
like
here.
home to me now. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought you were so new here.
Oh no, I've been here. Well, 2015, March 2015.
I got here August of 2015.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
This is home. This is home.
So you've been here for a minute. How do you like Atlanta?
I love it.
Really? Okay.
You know, I'm from a small town in Louisiana, so not many resources, not much to look at, not many opportunities. So that's the reason I'm here. And to come here and it's the opposite.
Right.
I never get too familiar. Like even driving downtown, I always say like seeing the skyscrapers and stuff. I'm still like, wow.
Right.
It's that wow factor. Yeah.
Well, that is awesome. So I want to say this. I have enjoyed you so much on G Status, and I think it's because I can relate to you the most.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about those areas that I feel like are relatable.
Okay.
But I loved how you went through the season. I love how you handled yourself.
Yeah.
I have a couple questions on a couple of things just so we can get some clarity because I know that people really want to know what really went on behind the scenes.
I got the answers too.
I believe you. I believe you. All right, so tell me, how did you decide to make the move to Atlanta?
Well, how did this happen? I was actually in college.
Okay.
So I did college wrong twice.
Okay.
I did it wrong twice. So my third time when I was doing it right, you know, I went back and I was actually doing good.
Right.
But something in me, I was like, I'm not living in my purpose. I feel like I was living for my mom.
Right.
And at this time, I think I was like 22, 23, but I'm in a dorm room.
Okay.
And I'm making friends. I'm like, wait, people coming in 17, 18 years old.
Right.
I'm out of place.
Right.
I'm not thriving artistically.
Right.
So something came to me. I just had a go in my spirit. And I was like, Mom, look, I need to come back home for a year. I'm going to save up for a year and I'm going to Atlanta. I don't know what's going to be there when I get there, but I know that instead of being placed, I'm going to be planted there.
Right.
So that's just what it is. I stepped out on faith and it was like a world of opportunity waiting on me.
How did you get to be on the show, G Status ATL Hustle?
So G Status, I actually watched the first season.
Okay.
I had a very laid back job. I was working at British Airways and we had a lot of downtime. I was watching it on my phone, laughing my ass off like Akeem and Charlie.
Right.
And I'm always looking for ways to like expand my brand. And I was like, maybe I should try out. So I literally auditioned and got the call back.
Wow, that's what's up. Ja, I will say this about him. He is a young man really, really doing well.
Yeah.
So shout out to you, Ja. And I've said it throughout the season as we have been reviewing the different shows. It's been amazing just to see what a little ingenuity and a vision can actually bring, because the truth is I would have probably never knew some of you all if it was not for this show. Babe and I were sitting here 2 nights ago.
Okay.
And we were watching another YouTube web-based reality show, and we were talking about this one, and there was a young lady with us who is very well connected in the industry, and she was just saying how much she enjoyed the show. She was saying how much she liked it. So you never know who's watching
That's
you.
true. That's
you
true.
never know who is going to look at your platform.
Right.
So I thought that was good. So what do you feel like was your purpose on the show?
You know what? I wanted to lead with my persona.
Okay.
Who I was. I didn't want to create character. I wanted to lead with character.
Okay.
You know, and just like even some of the feedback I got, man, this is the first time we've seen grace and class. And so I literally wanted to go into an arena and disrupt it with a difference that had not been seen.
Right.
And, you know, I think I achieved that.
Okay. I can definitely see your intention. I think that maybe because of production,
Yes.
They had to give you a storyline. So this is the one thing, and I'm sure you understand this about reality shows. Good news, happiness, peace, joy, those things do not sell.
I know that now.
Okay.
Look. Right.
The only thing that like really gets people excited is fights and cussing and stealing and
Scandals.
sex and those type of things.
Yeah.
So I saw for me where a little bit they took maybe some good intentions and twisted it. I do want to say this. You did mention that you were pansexual.
Yes.
Okay, so how did you find out you were pansexual?
That's a good. How did I find out? That's pretty good. I guess living here, right?
Right.
And like I think opening up to my complete truth, standing in it, I was like, wait, I'm kind of attracted to everything.
Right.
And I'm just a person who leads with love anyway. Like I was taught to love everybody.
Right.
So I don't think, like, who would I be if I discriminated based on how you present yourself identity-wise?
Exactly.
So I like it all.
Me too. So I remember when you said it and I was watching it, I started jumping around. I was like, me too. And so most people would consider us who don't believe in pansexuality, most people would consider us whores.
Yeah.
They would say, oh, you like this one, this one, this one, that
You
one.
like everything.
And anyone, y'all know me, I own my shit. I don't care what people think about that. But I did see that they tried to make you out to be that on the show.
Right.
So how did you navigate that image that was kind of put on you? Because I could see that that's not what you were doing.
Right.
But for other people from the inside out, Ike is trying to be with everybody. He's trying to talk to everyone.
Right.
Like, how did you navigate that?
And didn't want nobody. That's the crazy part. So that's the crazy part. But how did I navigate? It was hard for me to navigate.
Okay.
Because where I'm from, right?
Right.
If I'm cool with somebody,
Right.
and then you talk behind my back and you say something, I have to ask you about it.
Oh, me too.
You know what I'm saying? So it didn't sit well with me for a while because what I was gonna say? How did I navigate? Then another thing, like I'm a professional. I own my business.
Okay.
So I don't like certain stuff attached to me.
Right.
A lot of people say I overreacted and he did the most, but you just can't call me a hoe because, like you say, you never know who's gonna watch, and you never know at what moment they're gonna watch.
Right.
So if they're watching episode whatever it was 6 or 7, and they saying this guy is a hoe, and they showing me hugging everybody when I get to their event, it's like, oh yeah, we can't work with him.
Right.
You just never know. So that's why I reacted the way I did. So it was a different experience.
Right. I mean, I did feel like you overreacted to the word hoe, but I also don't like for people to put stuff on me that's not true.
That's what it was.
You get what I'm saying? Like the word, it's not the word that bothers me as much as someone putting something on me that's not true.
Right.
So I noticed you just said that you were not really into any of them that you were almost seemed like being paired with.
Yeah.
So where did that storyline come from then? Did that come from production or did that come from you? Where did that come from? Because it was Tremel.
Right.
Then after Tremel, it was...
That was it. Tremel asked me on a date. I agreed to go on the date.
Okay.
If you watch it, it was cringe-worthy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We figured out that we would be better as friends.
Okay.
You heard me in confessional saying how beautiful Redrick was.
Yes, Redrick is beautiful.
Right.
But I said that too.
And Whoopi Goldberg is as well. Doesn't mean I want to pursue her. It just means that I'm from Louisiana. I don't have a problem giving people their flowers because I am a Southern gentleman. You get what I'm saying? I could be in a mall and I pass, hey, Queen, you're beautiful. Keep your head up, all right? All right, take care. Bam. At the club. You in town visiting? All right, handsome. Have a good time. I'm just a nice person. I always lead with charisma, and I don't have a problem complimenting people.
Right.
Doesn't mean I
right, exactly. Yeah. That's because you...
he want everybody. Yeah.
Well, okay, because I've been labeled as that too, but the thing with me is that I really am.
No judgment.
So no, seriously.
You always say that, and I laugh when you say that.
It is the truth. Now my life is starting to shift.
Yeah.
It is starting to shift now, not major, but it's starting to shift. But I can own it because I know. And I know when someone is a hoe. Like,
and there's nothing wrong with that.
You know.
If I was, and that's the crazy part, I would own up to it. Because I would be the best one I could be.
So you didn't have sex with anyone on that?
No, I never touched.
Cast?
No, I never touched anybody.
Okay. All right, cool. Because I think that's what people wanted to know.
Like, they can know that.
Did him and Tremel, and I know Tremel, and because someone came on the show and they were like, oh, Tremel's a hoe. I was like, Tremel's not a hoe.
Tremel's not a hoe.
I know that.
Right.
Like, I can look at people and be around them and know. But when it came to you, I was just like, well, I do got that little church swag on.
Is that what it is?
Listen.
Church swag.
Do you already know what we be doing at church? Like, we be cutting up. Like, and now maybe not you. Maybe you was more sheltered.
Yeah, I never really had a moment. That's the crazy part. I never had a moment. I think I had this like ugly duckling syndrome.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, you did say that.
Yeah. Never had a moment where I was able to be free like that. I was a sheltered kid. I'm not the baddest thing walking, but I didn't look how I look right now back then. So never had that. And so me never having that phase, I've never been interested in just acting the fool around.
Right.
So
I can relate to that. I know for me, being sheltered and being in ministry, I started in ministry when I was 13.
Wow.
So my life is so different. Than most people. Y'all see me acting out now and doing wild, crazy shit now. But y'all have to realize from the ages of 13 to 35, 36, I was a pastor. I was in ministry. So places that most people will never get to, I've already been. I've been on platforms with amazing people. I don't know if you know her. Her name is Dr. Iona Locke. She just recently passed. She was probably one of the most powerful black female preachers of our day.
Wow.
And my first time ever being on a national platform was sitting with her.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying? So, and I was the day preacher, she was the night preacher. So I didn't have that experience that most people have. And by the time I really got a real dating life, I was already a public figure. So my point is that anytime when you're a public figure and you're dating, and you start dating multiple people, then you become a hoe. Or you the devil. Or what did you do to this person? You know what I'm saying? That's why I felt like I could relate to you. I'm like, give this boy a chance.
You know what I'm saying? Let me just... I was just being nice. And I think that nice kindness is so foreign today. You know, even when you, let's say somebody posts a picture. If you go to that DM and say, man, you look nice in that picture. Oh, he was in my DM. Was I just complimenting you? Then I jump back out. So I don't know. I think that kind of stuff, those traits in a person, those character traits are so foreign these days. And the community thrives on tea and shade and drama and anger. So it's just, I get it.
And that's all fear-based because most of the time people have not had an opportunity to work through their own shit. So they love this, and we were just talking about this, they love to see people going through something because it makes them psychologically feel better about their shit. So if I see you struggling, it makes me feel better about what I'm going through. You get what I'm saying? But if I see you thriving, then you become a threat. Because fear starts speaking to me and saying, you're never going to get there. You'll never have that.
Better. They're
higher than you. They're better than you. And that fear starts speaking so strong, and then what we do is we act out of that fear with jealousy and rage and anger, and then we attack and we drag people, and we don't know their story. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like it is so important to have individuals like you who can balance those moments out in reality TV, but it just does not make for good TV all the time because the nice guy, we only like the nice guy when we're dating them.
Not when they're on TV, supposed to be entertaining.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get that. But you know what? This is what I'll say to that too. I'll say the people that I was supposed to reach on the platform, I have reached.
Yes, that's very true.
I have connected with.
That's true.
You know, some of that stuff, and this is not important, but it has translated into purchases in my business, streams, gigs, bookings. You know, media opportunities. So I feel like the people I was supposed to, even you, I was supposed to reach you, you know, just by being myself. So authentically, I think I did what I set out to do.
Exactly.
But I get the other side of that as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Because that business side is just so hard sometimes because even when you think about like the Real Housewives of Potomac right now, and you see where the whole season was pretty much about Monique dragging Candace. Do you watch Real Housewives?
I've been hearing about it.
You haven't watched it?
No, I haven't watched. I haven't watched one episode.
Yeah, well, don't worry about it. It went from that, right, and you will be able to relate to this, to now the whole show is focused on Pastor Jamal Bryan. You get what I'm saying? Now, my point in that is that if he was just Jamal, nobody would care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know, he did whatever. But again, because he has a platform, he's dated multiple people as a public figure. He's a whore. You get what I'm saying?
Familiar.
When everybody else had their opportunity to do it in junior high, high school, college, most of us who've been in ministry, we didn't get that chance because we were in ministry. That's why That's why I cut the food and don't give a care what people think. So what do you feel like was your greatest lesson that you learned from being on G Status ATL Hustle?
Oh man, just not to be so trusting of people.
Okay.
Not to be so friendly. Not to let my guard down so easily.
Right.
Because people will change once that camera's on.
Down.
You know what I'm saying?
Down.
And the crazy thing, I'm mature enough to say, hey, do what you got to do.
Right.
But now, going forward, I know how to handle myself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So what do you think that you'll take into season 2? Are you coming back for season 2? Or?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. We still... this is season 2. Season 3, you mean?
Yeah, season 3. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, we're still shooting for season 2.
Oh, y'all still
like
shooting?
confessionals. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I heard that you all had a reunion that wasn't a reunion.
Right.
Okay, and I don't want any of the details because I want people to watch it. But were you involved in any of the foolishness?
No, like always, I'm not. And I really didn't get a chance to speak my piece, so we didn't get that far.
Okay, well, that's why you're here.
Right.
So.
And I will say, if I'm allowed to say it,
yes,
that's supposed to be a part 2 in a different
setting.
Aesthetic. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
That's wisdom, John.
Yeah.
That's wisdom.
Yeah, he's smart.
Give the people an opportunity because we want to hear from you all.
Right.
So what did you think about the whole Delicious scandal? From her using words that could be deemed as racist, considering the fact that she's not African American, to the fight. What did you perceive about that? Because you were there.
I was there.
Right.
Absolutely against it. You know, any type of verbiage that would tear down a race of people.
Right.
I was against it, and I verbalized that to her as well. I feel like everybody on the cast reached out to her at some point, whether indirectly or directly, and said, "Hey, that's nothing about this is okay."
Right.
My thing about it is that she's still a human.
Exactly. Right.
And when you call in to cancel somebody, but you don't have the authority to cancel, it's almost like, what do y'all want to happen to her?
Right.
Do you want her to get stoned? Do you want her killed now? What should she do? Should she hang herself?
Right.
And
people actually said that.
Yeah.
People actually said she should go hang herself.
They called for her death.
Yeah, then they really did. And to me, that was just so unnecessary. When Eminem, and I'll say this, when Eminem can use the word nigga, and we don't care.
Cardi B.
But if she says it, then it's like the worst thing in the world.
The worst
and
thing.
Although I don't think she should have.
No, it's bad. It's bad that she did. That's not the end. Right. That shouldn't be the end. Like I was one of those people that after I voiced how I felt about it, I lifted my hand to her for grace, because that's the same thing God does to us.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But people don't understand that. Like if we were disqualified for half the shit that we did knowingly,
exactly,
where would we be today? So I was totally against it, but at the same time I understand that she's human. She's lived a life where she was around black people, dated black people her whole life, so I get why she might have thought she could say
she doesn't see herself as anything but black. So I agree with you on that. So what did you think about the fight that started at the Hibachi Grill when you all first came together, and my boy Devon just throwing plates and for response? Like, what was all of that about?
No, that was my first time seeing the group. So,
how did you feel with that being the first impression?
I was like, what am I doing here? what am I doing here? You know, you hear about, I went into it with an open mind, even though I knew of Devon from other show. Yeah. You still never know what to expect. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I was out of place. I was out of place.
Wow.
Out of place. Just watching it.
But you weren't involved with anything, though.
Nah.
Yeah.
I wasn't involved.
Okay. All right. That's a good thing. I think it's so much, and again, I even hate this. Sometimes I even have to talk about the drama.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that I will say, John, that I don't feel that you've done for Ike, you did not highlight his businesses enough.
Yeah. We captured it.
Yeah, they did capture it, but they did not to me.
But it's stuff you'll never see though. It's
stuff that just didn't make it.
Didn't make it because it wasn't scandalous, wasn't dramatic. Like I had a gig, had a wedding gig.
Okay.
Which I think would have went well with where I was in my life.
Right.
I went to Houston and did a relaunch for my socks.
Okay.
That same weekend, I was the featured vendor at H-Town Sneaker Summit, which is the nation's biggest sneaker summit.
Right. Right.
I performed at Black Music Month. Did a tribute to Sammy and Selena Johnson, but you just never see that stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, so it wasn't that I wasn't hustling. It's not really about an ATL hustle.
Right. I will give you that because the drama actually makes the numbers.
It does.
And I would have loved to have seen more about your socks. I just saw maybe your socks or your website or whatever it was on Instagram. I can't remember. Yeah. I just saw that maybe a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, people don't even know.
And I'm like, why didn't they talk about this or have a sock party or? Yeah. I mean, if y'all don't have some drama throwing socks or
wearing.
Right, you get what I'm saying?
Kicking a bitch with some socks. Well, speaking of, I did bring you.
Oh.
I didn't know if it was going to be you, Mocha, and Enrique, or just you. So I have 3 pairs. Whatever you do with them,
thank you.
It's up to you. But I wanted to bring you some.
Oh my gosh!
Happy holidays.
Thank you so much. And I love socks, right? Good. And I'm not going to open it up because I don't want to.
You can open it.
But you did bring this specifically for me, Mocha, and Enrique.
Yes.
Okay. Now they're not here.
At least I want to be on camera saying it.
They will not get these. No, I'm just playing. I will make sure. But there are a pair of red socks in here, or look like it got some red on them.
I forgot which ones.
Oh yeah, those are mine.
You like red? Okay.
Those are mine.
I did good.
I'll give those blue ones to Enrique because he's Papa Smurf, and then I'll give the other ones to Mocha. But thank you. But okay, so this is your business. Let's talk a little bit about your business.
Okay.
Where did you come up with the idea to do socks?
The sock box. What is it?
The sock box. And then we'll have the information on the screen. Okay.
Thank you. Well, I came up with it after I went to Wheel of Fortune in 2015.
Okay.
Went to the show. Actually won the grand prize. Won the show.
Go back. Wait a minute. So you were on Wheel of Fortune?
I was on Wheel of Fortune. And when that next year when I got my prize money, I was like, I don't want to blow this money. I don't want to spend on material things. Right. I was like, let me invest in myself. Right. And Atlanta just opens up like a spirit of hustle in you.
Yes, it does.
I like crazy socks, so I did the research, and I have my sock business. It's been thriving since 2016. You like those?
I do love these. I will tell you, I'm not going to tell you where I'm going to wear them, but I definitely am going to wear them. You're going to be like,
I love it.
These are really wear them socks, and I will definitely shout you out.
I support it.
But this looks really, really good.
Thank you.
They feel good.
That's comb cotton.
Oh.
More durable, more dense, absorbs sweat.
Wow.
Yeah, I was very
For all you people out here who got funky feet, you need these. That's me. My dude be like, boy, go do something. But these are really, really nice,
Thank you.
Okay, so you were on Wheel of Fortune.
I was on Wheel of Fortune.
And you decided to take your prize money after you won the grand prize. Mm-hmm. What phrase caused you to win the grand prize?
Well, here's the thing. I didn't win the grand prize, but I won the show.
Oh, you won the show. Okay.
But I went to the bonus round and came up short.
Okay.
Came up short, but I still won. I had I did well. I did well.
That is really, that's dope. Like, I would have never known. Why didn't y'all say this on the show?
It was in my intro, but it was kind of glossed over.
Okay, Four kept mentioning him being flued out to L.A.
MTV.
MTV. Now, I don't, if Four knows, because I did the same thing for Netflix. That's how I started my little journey into, only so much I can say. But I started my little journey, but it was because I got flew out. I got flew out to LA for Netflix. Right. And so that door led to another door, led to another door. Yeah. So I totally get it. I wish we would have heard more about.
Yeah, I think that started my ATL hustle. And the crazy thing is I would always watch Wheel of Fortune with my mom, my grandmother, but it wasn't until I moved here, like I said, Atlanta, it just unlocks a spirit of hustling. I was like, maybe I should be on the show. So I just auditioned for it. And
wow, that is awesome. Yeah, okay, so you got the sock box.
The sock box.
Right? Mm-hmm. Because actually, even when you called me back, it actually came up, the sock box.
Oh, yeah. I have a business account.
I said, come through. Mm-hmm. I love it. All right, so what other businesses do you have going on?
That's it.
Okay, but your music.
I have my music.
Your music, and you are a great singer.
Thank you.
Like, there's some people, when people ask me, they'd be like, you like my music? I'd be like, please don't ask. Because I'm going to tell you.
It's a hard question, right? I hate when people ask me.
Me too. And I'm not the best singer in the world.
Yeah.
I can carry a note.
You got
a
pipes
bit.
though. I don't know. Was that on camera? Mike got some pipes.
But
I'm telling
you can sing.
Oh, thank you.
And I remember when I first heard you sing on the show, I was like, oh wow. Like, how long have you been singing? Where did that start? And all of that.
I think seriously, I've been singing since for about 10 years now.
Okay.
Yeah. I just kind of found out that I knew how to do it.
Okay.
So I went to school, polished it, worked on it, performed as often as I could, and that's the reason I moved here for more opportunity.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So how is your single doing?
My single is doing good. It's been out now for what? Like about a year and a half.
Okay.
And it's been doing good. It peaked at number 99 on the iTunes R&B Top 200 chart.
I love it.
And not only that, but this casting company reached out to me because they loved it, and they submitted it for, I think, season 17 of The Voice. Whenever somebody wins The Voice, they have to come out with a single.
Right.
So it was submitted, but I came up short. But it was still nice that
that you were even thought of. Right, because you never know what door that's going to open
exactly.
up. Because one thing I've learned about Hollywood is that one door will lead to another door if you keep your integrity as far as like your work ethics and when people know they can depend on you and they can get the job done, because that's what I believe Hollywood really is all about. Even here, they just want to get the product done. They want to get it right. They just want it to look good, and they just need individuals who can make that happen. So I'm sure that other doors are going to open for you.
Thank you.
The song. Let's talk a little bit about the song. Where did the inspiration for the song come on? I know you talked about it on the show, but I want to kind of dive into that a little bit.
It's always crazy going back to this part of my life. Where the song is called "Wish You Were Here."
Okay.
And
I cried. I did.
You did not cry,
babe. Did not cry when I heard that song.
Did he cry?
I cried.
Me too. I cried.
I cried. But let me tell you why I cried. Because honestly, I hate breakups.
Oh Lord, they're the worst.
I told my dude, like, honest to God, like, please do not plan to go anywhere, because I don't know what, like, I don't even think I have another breakup in me.
Do you hear me?
That's why I felt like your song touched me.
Yeah, it was hard. I wrote that while going through like the darkest period of my life, but I had to get it out.
Yes,
it was so much that I had to get out. So I went through what I would say one of my greatest relationship. I feel like it was my first relationship. Fully knowing who I was. Considering marriage one day down the line. Considering maybe children down the line.
Wow.
And then it was like one day you wake up and it's like, damn, it's been stripped from me.
Yeah.
So I was like, I felt a million things, but at the end of the day, having to continue to go on with life without that person was like, damn, I wish you were here. Wish you were still here. So that was the inspiration.
Wow.
Hard time.
I think what we don't always understand is that when we start a relationship, we create a new life. We create a baby, not in the physical, but in the emotional and the spiritual. We create a baby. And inside of that baby, we put all of our dreams, our hopes, everything that we talk about that we're going to do as a couple. And then once that relationship is over, that baby dies. And what we don't get is that the impact of grief is that the same of if we did lose a child.
Yeah.
So
it felt like a physical death. It really did.
Yes. And then you're hurting, and I just told my ex-husband today, I said, because I was talking about how I have separation anxiety, and he laughed and he said, you don't have separation anxiety. You didn't have separation anxiety when you left me. And I'm like, yes, I did. It took me years to get over you.
Wow.
Like years, not like no couple months. And people say, but you moved on. You were in another relationship. Well, being polyamorous, I have the ability to love more than one person at a time.
That's right.
But it does not mean that I don't love you and that pain is still not real.
It's there.
So that's why I felt like your song was just so powerful. And I'm like, anyone going through a breakup needs to live.
Everywhere. And you know what I didn't expect for it to be? I didn't realize it was so universally relatable.
Yes.
Because people hit me about it out of the blue. It was like, hey, I just lost a grandmother.
Yes.
Somebody else said, I'm going through a separation in my marriage. Somebody else said their friend moved for college to California and they were able to relate to my song. I was like, I didn't even realize that. So it's a deeper meaning. That's why I continue to push it, because it's such a great song.
It is a great song, and you delivered it so well. What is next for you musically?
Musically, just 2 weeks ago, I found out that I'm about to step into what is going to be the most, I would say, my biggest consistent gig of my career.
Okay.
Can't really speak on it.
Understand.
I usually hate when people say that. I can't talk about it right now.
Hey,
I get it.
You
now
can.
that I'm on that side, I get it. So at the top of next year is going to be amazing for me.
I'm so happy.
And I do have 3 other singles that'll be coming out as well.
Okay. Well, we definitely look forward to listening and following, because you really do have a gift.
Thank you.
And I think I wish it was highlighted more, but I also understand that it was still a door for you, other things to happen for you.
Yeah.
Because one thing about real talent, you can't deny it.
That's right.
You can't deny it. That's why people can say what they want to say about Sherrod, but at the end of the day, he is talented in so many.
He's a hustler too.
He is a hustler. So who do you feel like on the cast that you actually like get along with, that are like genuine people that you honestly can say, you know, once all of this is over and we're not doing this, like, I'm still going to be cool with you?
Divine and Tramel.
Okay.
Definitely. Delicious more recently.
Okay.
And Lando, of course. Lando is like, we really we're really close. And, but I'm cordial with almost everybody. Sherrod, I don't have a problem with Sherrod.
Okay.
Who else is on the show?
Wow.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with anybody. Me and Charlie, we trade niceties when it comes down to music every once in a while. So.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So what was the thing that brought you and Delicious a little bit closer?
Her being Lando's close friend.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And so so we can clear this up. Are you in a relationship or are you single? We won't give no names, but are you in a relationship or are you single?
I'm single.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm single.
Are you okay with that?
Yes and no. I still think there's a part of myself that needs to be discovered and healed, so to speak. I love being by myself.
Okay.
I love it.
Oh, okay.
But it's a problem. It's a problem because I know that partnership is of God.
Yeah.
And I would like to move into that, but I want to be my best person.
Okay.
The best version of myself for that person.
So what the single? This is a good question. Holy Ghost, thank you.
Come on.
So what the? Because sometimes the Holy Ghost will just
yes,
stuff
sir.
to you.
I know
what
it.
I mean?
I know it.
So what does singleness look like for you? What does that honestly look like?
Let me tell you. I love myself so much.
Okay.
To where, like I was explaining to you earlier, it's almost like an over love.
Right.
It makes me overly peaceful.
Right.
Overly secure.
Right.
But that makes me scared to take risks. I'm an introvert.
You don't want to add no one to your life that could.
Not an obligation.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to feel accountable for not meeting the standards when it comes to exerting time, exerting energy.
Right.
Because I feel like I'm in my selfish season. So I just love.
Well, not selfish. You're self-full season.
Self-full.
Self-full.
I like
there's a difference between being selfish and self-full. It looks the same.
Self-full.
It almost sounds the same, but the intention behind it is different. When you're selfish, you are about you for you. But when you're self-full, you're about you so that you can eventually help somebody else.
Pastor, come on.
Hey, well, it ain't going nowhere, so.
Self-full.
Self-full. So you're not in a selfish season, you're in a self-full season.
Love that.
And then what will happen is when you do decide to partner, you will be a better partner because you're complete within yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And anybody who's meant for me deserves that version of me. So
they deserve that.
Single is boring, but it's a lot of self-care. It's a lot of me learning who I am.
Right.
What it is that I have to offer myself to hopefully grow to offer somebody else. So.
Right. One of the things you mentioned on the show that, when you all were filming, it was a hot boy summer for you. So speaking of it being a hot boy summer, in your singleness, are you sexually active during that time?
You know what? I just finished dating somebody.
Okay.
We were sexually active.
Okay.
Are you meaning before that when I was single?
I just want to hit that high five. I'll explain the high five later. But anybody that knows me, they don't know who we're talking about, but if anyone knows me, they know why I'm giving you the high five. Okay.
I love it. Yeah.
I have a thing for the brown. But anyway, go ahead.
Right. But not before that, Every once in a while. It's gonna be a draw, man. Like I said, I never had that.
But is it a drop because you're choosing for it to be? Because this is Atlanta.
Yes. The DMs are hitting.
I'm about to say.
Hitting every day, but I
just
want to
ask you a question, but I don't
Yeah, let's do it. That's what I'm an open book.
Go ahead. Now everybody gonna be like, "What is Richard gonna say?"
You can ask the question.
This is Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I get top vibes from you.
Yeah, I'm a top.
See, then that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear that?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
yeah.
So get ready because it's about to come like never before now.
Oh Lord.
But that's what I'm saying. For us as tops, we there's a plethora of opportunity. That's why I say, is it a drop because it's your choice?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right.
And then you know what I'm saying? I done been out there a little bit, but I just be chilling mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because I have one, and I was telling you about this. I have one good friend that that is a monogamous type of person.
That's me too, though. Now you done met your second person.
Oh, you're monogamous.
I'm monogamous.
Wow.
I can't handle none of that.
So what?
And that's how it was brought up. Like,
but are you okay? That's what I was about to ask you. Are you monogamous because you were taught that is the right way to be, or are you monogamous because that's what you internally desire?
That's what I want too, because I'm territorial.
Okay.
Very territorial.
Jealous?
Oh Jesus.
Okay.
Super jealous.
Speak it out. Speak it out.
Super jealous. Okay. Cheating is a deal breaker.
Okay. Always.
Yeah.
In any type of situation.
Oh yeah, you gotta go.
Even if maybe your actions or something you've done was damaging to that person.
Let's talk about it.
And if they can't talk
about it,
and they decide to go someplace else, then
I gotta let you go.
What if they came to you and said, "Listen, we've been in a relationship for a while now. Let's add." What if you fall in love with someone who's a verse top, right? And they don't really want a bottom all the time, and they be like, "Yo, well, let's bring in a bottom." Would you be open to that?
Let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you what kind of top I am.
Come through.
I'm this type of top. It's so hard to find love.
Right.
Even in my last. Okay, here we go. Now we talking.
Yeah.
If I find love and I love my partner,
right,
I'm willing to try some things.
Okay.
I'm willing to try, but I think in my last relationship, he never asked, so I never offered. It's not my thing.
So for all y'all out there who likes Ike,
it gotta be love.
Okay.
When is the last?
No. Well, I will ask you this: have you ever had a threesome?
No, never had it. I am a boring person.
You're not boring, Ike.
Never had a threesome.
Why haven't? But has it ever been a desire to do that?
When people ask me the question and I think about it, I was like, yeah, I'd probably like to do that. I could see myself, tagging a couple.
It's awesome. Take it from me. It's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I believe you.
But it also comes with a lot of responsibility, and it comes with a lot of communication.
A threesome?
Yes, even then, because especially if you're doing it with a partner.
Oh, with a partner.
Yes.
So I'm not willing to do it with a partner.
Oh, they just have to be random.
I have to be completely single.
Oh, so it has to be random.
Yeah, I got to be a casual encounter.
Oh, okay. So
which I do those. Yeah, because I don't want to paint this picture like I'm just this church boy.
Right. Because that is almost how it seemed like you were portraying it on the show. And I was like, no. Like
it wasn't that. The reason I had to speak who I am on the show is because y'all saying I'm a hoe. But I'm telling the audience that I'm crying over one nigga that I want to be with right now.
Right.
So how do I have a chance to be a hoe when I'm heartbroken?
Because most people are hoes when they're heartbroken.
Oh, okay.
Like,
gotcha.
I mean,
that makes sense.
That's a coping mechanism like weed, which I love.
Hey, come on.
Thank you. Oh, love. We love the Ouija.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lord. But, then some people, they go on hard drugs like tea and coke and things like that. And coke is not even as hard as, some things, but because I don't have judgment for whatever people do, I support it.
Shut up.
I don't yuck your yum.
Yeah.
But then for some people, coping is sex is a coping mechanism.
That's true.
Some people it's food. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of different things that people use. So when we heard that you're heartbroken, I'm like, nigga, get out here and live your best life.
Get out here and fuck. Yeah, okay.
Like, listen, tear the town down.
Right.
Out.
Right. Nah.
And if they like you, it is what it is.
Right.
Redrick did say, Redrick, I just think you are probably like the most beautiful person on that whole entire cast, Richard did say that he was waiting for you
to do what?
To call him for this date.
Oh, I never said it was a date. Did you hear me ask?
You didn't say it was a date.
Yeah.
But what you did say was that you wanted to go out to eat.
To get a bite to eat, right. And I did, but...
Okay, we translate that, Ike, into a date.
Who does?
Everyone, but you. I gotta be honest.
Now, but I'm 32. I would have said date. I know how to... I'm a grown man.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
See, but this is why you're getting the player rep. Because you pulled the Michael Hurd. Because I was like, I never said date. For y'all who don't know, my dude is right here.
They so cute.
But I would be like, I never said that. And then they will be like, but what you said was, and it implied it. And for me, I'm a matter-of-fact type of person.
Yeah.
So even if you imply it, I'm still going to be like, nah, that's not what they mean until they say it. But when you said, let's go out to eat, that was a date.
That was a storyline. I never said date.
You did say out to eat, though.
Yeah. We could have went out to eat. And the reason I'm going to tell you why that never happened. Simply because I had too much on my plate, and it wasn't high on my totem pole.
Oh.
Yeah, so I literally never got to it. I was busy in 2019, so
but you were recorded when you said it, so it almost seemed
We tried to do it.
Oh, y'all tried to actually link up?
Yeah, we tried to set the production up to where, it happened, but I didn't have time, so it was my fault.
Okay.
Didn't have time.
Wow, I understand. I mean, you're a business owner, so things happen. Or were you somewhere crying? Just be honest.
I was doing all of that. I was crying.
So you were crying, being a business owner,
singing. I was doing all of that. I was literally grieving, had a death in the family, traveling to Houston, traveling to Louisiana. I was doing all of that. So I just didn't have time to, I had met, and that's the thing about getting bites to eat. I got friends who I've been friends with 5 years. I just met y'all a couple months ago, and you think I'm about to move my schedule around to go get a bite to eat for the sake of a storyline that I don't even want to be portrayed on the show?
That you said, though.
So, didn't have time.
Okay. All right. Do you think that Redrick was hurt behind that? Like, literally hurt, or just...
No. Because, you know why? And this is what has not made it to the airwaves, but I've said it a couple times. Redrick called me once. He had got word that I was saying how beautiful he was.
Right.
And guess what? I asked production for my number. I said, yeah, you can give me my number. Call me. He said, hey, this is the first phone conversation ever. So I heard you've been calling me beautiful. So I want to know what's up.
Come on, Redrick.
Get right to it. So I said, so what's up is you are beautiful.
Right.
But I'm not in the place where I can get to know anybody or pursue anybody right now. But I do think that you're beautiful. Right. Giving you your flowers. Right. So that was it. So Redrick knew from day one
where it was.
But he played the reality show game, which, do it. To make me look bad, cool. That's cool.
Well, I don't think it made you look bad. Honestly, it probably made more people want you. Because I know
But that's where the player thing comes from.
Exactly.
See, and I don't want that.
But people are attracted to players. And they think all church boys are players. It just goes along with the whole storyline, Well, your intentions were pure.
Yeah.
It just didn't pan out to be what you all wanted it to be.
Right.
But you did kind of like Tramel, correct?
Did I Tramel, I knew Tramel was a good guy.
Yes. And Tramel is a good guy.
He's a great guy. And what I did was I was truthful to him.
Okay.
This probably does have the potential to be something. Okay. But because I just got out of a relationship less than a month ago, at that point, he's like, nah, I don't even want to try this.
Yeah.
So we brothers now.
Okay, that's cool. Do you like his new hair?
Oh, I love it. Are you talking about the mop?
No.
Wait.
I saw that mop on his head.
Why are people saying they don't like that?
I did not like that.
Oh, I love that.
Let me tell you why. I already think he has an exotic look, right? And I already think that the way the hair was, it just, to me, but of course, people didn't like when I just had my wig on.
I like that, by the way.
Boom,
I like
it was bad. Isn't it bad? Yep. I love it. I'm gonna wear it again.
Yes.
But when he got it like straightened.
Oh, I like that.
Baby.
I like that. He did that.
Go ahead, Tramel.
He be switching it up.
I saw it on I think Instagram.
It was on Instagram. I think he did that for his new video that's coming out.
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
I like that. He switched it up. What about mine? You ain't saying nothing about mine.
Okay, so we were actually about to talk about all your hairstyles throughout the season. So what was that like for you? Like, Hey, what you mean I don't like? I didn't say nothing about you. Didn't give me a chance.
I'm jumping the gun.
What sign are you?
Cancer. Now everything makes sense, right? We should have got that out of the way at the beginning.
Please put the camera on me so they can see my face.
What's your sign? What am I getting from you? Pisces vibe.
No, Aries all day.
What is that? April, May.
April.
I'm
always right. I can never be wrong. I'm very stubborn. If I believe something, you have a better opportunity, picking a house up with your pinky than to change my mind.
That's what Aries are about?
Aries are but we're strong leaders and we're good leaders.
Okay.
And I'm pretty good in leading most of the time, but I have my moments of development.
Yeah, okay.
Definitely.
I didn't know that about you. I dated one and he was the opposite of that.
What, was he more like laid back?
Oh, timid and just, yeah.
Was he a March Aries or was he an April Aries?
April 1st.
Oh. Well, yeah, he should have been strong in there then. Yeah. And like my mom is an Aries and we're like this.
Oh,
like we love it. My mom is a pastor.
Yeah.
We love each other. We're good, but
y'all bum heads.
Oh, my mom just told me I was in Houston the other day, and my mom said, she said, this is why we don't get along.
What?
I was like, why?
Wow.
Because we're so much alike. Like, if something is made up in our minds, it literally takes an encounter with God to change us.
Y'all not budging.
I'm not budging.
I get it.
At all. So, like, the fact that she embraces my partner, God had to, like, that's a miracle. That's water walking, feeding 5,000 with 2 fishes and 5 loaves type of miracle. Because my mother does not change.
So churchy, y'all.
Listen. That's the only way I know how to be. I am super, super excited about everything that you have going on. I think it's dope, man.
Thank you so much.
You are a good guy. I feel your energy. I feel your energy on there.
Yeah.
And being a good guy doesn't mean you're perfect.
It doesn't.
Thank
you for saying that.
Can we please have
Definitely
some room
not perfect.
to be human?
Please.
Thank you so much for being a part of this show, man.
It was a delight.
I've been wanting to talk to you for a minute, and I knew you were super busy, but I was like, we got to make this happen.
I'm glad. I'm so glad. Thank you so much for having me. Have me back anytime.
Listen, we definitely will have you back. I'm looking forward to you doing some great things. And whether or not you come back to G Status or whatever, you are always going to have a platform. So we look forward to just following you.
Thank you.
And ordering socks. How much are your socks? Let's talk about prices. I'm going to do like Wendy Williams.
I think I have some for $7.99, some for $8.99, some for $10.99.
Okay, cool.
It just depends on the style.
I'm going to buy 10 of my viewers a pair of socks.
Thank you.
And then all you all have to do is go to my personal. Just DM me and let me know you want a pair of socks, and I will make sure that I get you a pair of socks, and I'll cash up you the money.
Thank you.
And do you ship them out? Or
I do.
Okay, and then how much is your ship? You can let me know how much your shipping is, and then we'll make it happen for 10 of my viewers. Okay.
Thank you. That means a lot.
No problem at all. Grateful. I appreciate what you're doing. I think it's dope. All right, everybody, listen. It's always good to never judge a book by its cover, right? It's always important to make sure that you look inside of the book, and before you pass a judgment, that you get full understanding. There is a scripture, and I know I'm not a Christian anymore, but there's a scripture that says, "In all of our getting, get understanding," because it helps you to be able to make the right moves and do the right things, and to interact with people the right way. Based on just what we saw on TV, you would never know that this young man has so much more in him. We knew he could sing, we knew he had business, but to see the greatness of this young man today has been nothing more than amazing, all right? So make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe, and follow us on all social media. Are you on Twitter?
I am on Twitter, Voice of Array. I'm Voice of Array everywhere.
Right. Now I'm gonna give the same disclaimer that I gave for my last guest. His Twitter is not like my Twitter. All right? Y'all all know my Twitter. I am doing the most, all right? But make sure we follow you. And is it, are your Twitter and your Instagram the same?
Yes.
Oh, good. Because some people, they have
all kind of crazy
names.
shit.
I'll be like, what?
Ike gonna sing on one and there's a voice of this on that one. Nah.
It's too hard.
Yeah.
So if you have one, it makes it.
I'm everywhere, yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. All right, everybody. We appreciate you for tuning in. Make sure you like, share, and comment. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.
Who knew I'd ever feel like this? Come across something real like